All right, good morning everybody. Welcome back to the Portlock Adventures YouTube channel. I am out here at Cove Palisades Park, Lake Billy Chinook, and I'm gonna see if I can't find some really awesome cliffside camp spots here. So finally got the truck dialed. I'll just spoil the surprise right now. I got a rooftop tent mounted up. Show you guys. So Free Spirit Recreation Odyssey 55 hard shell, and then I took my case and I side mounted it over the window, built some bracketry, have a kiddie pool because it's been warm and my daughter finally gets to swim outside. Just got the awning mounted yesterday, and I finally got my grill put all together again. So I've got a grill on the truck, which is cool, and then I got my light bar mounted there. So I'm really stoked. This thing's ready for some serious summer adventuring. Yeah, I'm gonna get up into some dirt off the side of the road so I can stop looking like an influencer. But yeah, it's a beautiful day. It's supposed to be like 65, perfect weather to get out and do some hiking. I have some really cool, it looks like some historic ranch activity through satellite. So we'll see if I can get there. I'm pretty sure it's all on national grassland, so should work out. So I just got off the road here, and we've already got a fence line. I think I saw this from satellite. You can see it's running. It's a pretty significant one, and I'm pretty sure over here is the homestead. So this is just number one. This is going to be a big day for exploration and finding things. I just found a bunch of stuff on satellite. So some stovepipe, as I said in the last video. That's a good telltale that this is in fact where the house was. Pretty sure a fire ripped across this whole plain because there's no roof structures or anything left, but there is foundations. Yeah, it was like an L. So you can see that was the entrance over here, and then there's a wall. Obviously it's been abandoned a long time. Oh wow, this one's really cool. So it's got a little, this is the doorway here. So you'd have walked in and it had like a hallway into the living space. I've never seen one shaped like this. It's like a J shape. So yeah. Right now I'm standing in a house from back in the day. I don't know if somebody did some relic hunting there, or definitely stirred up. But yeah, long enough for a tree that size to live and die. So cool. Homestead number one. I want to mark it on the map. What's that? This looks like a fire pit, like somebody grabbed the rocks from here. I've seen that before, where people grab the rocks from the actual homestead to build a fire pit. Yeah, looks like it. All right, so we are following a road. It is grassland, so it's legal, but it's just, I mean, GoPro's flattening this out. It's a pretty tight road. There's still room to turn around in a lot of spots though, but I just need to crawl up this little spot here. So see how that goes. I think I'm probably gonna have to, I'll definitely air down, but I'm gonna be close to get my tires up on this edge over here. So looks like it keeps going though. This is a huge old fence line. big one. All right, so I did not think I'd make it this far, honestly. That was a pretty bumpy ride getting up that. But I literally, homestead's just right over here, so I am excited. These roads are barely here anymore because it is a crawl to get over here. I had to put it in low, and I mean, I don't know, my clutch release isn't very soft, and yeah, so anyway, that was pretty rough climbing there. I'm gonna try to just keep moving here so I don't accidentally light this grass that's up under the truck on fire. Looks like I got something over there, like a homestead foundation or something. So yeah, I'm gonna catch up with you guys when I actually hit some real stuff here. All right, so I found the first homestead. This is really cool. I've never seen a well that was so perfectly lined like this. How fucking cool. Oh my gosh. Some people have thrown some trash in there over the years, but this thing is so cool. Wow. I can see some old timbering in there, even some old paint on some of the wood. How cool is that? And then right next to it is the old homestead, and it looks like they buried this one in. Got some natural insulation from the earth. The entrance would have been right over here. Wow, dude, this is a cool one. So this was their place of living. Let's check it out. See if I can't get inside of this thing or what. I know there's a lot of rattlesnakes out here, so don't want to mess around too much around this thing. So yeah, this would have been a lot deeper back in the day. They would have been able to just walk right in. Obviously it's filled in, but this is the old, whew, startled me. Oh yeah, there's lizards out, so there's definitely reptiles about. That's a big hole right there, a couple of big holes. Just wanted to show you guys some of those roof slats. Very cool one. Very simple, you know what I mean? This would have been somebody that wasn't, you know, a super carpenter, you know what I mean? He just did a few timbers across and just did, you know, roof slats, and yeah, simple house. See some pretty intricate stuff out here sometimes people did. Stovepipe. Verify that it's a living quarters. Oh yeah. That's cool. Small china and a lot of barrel stays. Lots of barrel stays. Barrel stays. You know, dude, tobacco cans, barrel stays, old jugs like that. Definitely, you know, people were here for a while. The barrel stays make me even wonder if it was a, you know, this type of stuff really makes me wonder if this was an old moonshine operation out here. Oh, you know what? I think this was a moonshine still, or a whiskey still from Prohibition. And, you know, by the way the wood is and all that, it's about, it definitely feels that way. I don't like picking up stuff out here during this time of year. Lots of barrel stays though, like an unusual amount, you know, tons. And he's all hidden in here. I bet this was an old whiskey still house, you know, or it was a homestead, and then he eventually, you know, started stilling when it started drying out on him. But you know, the well, he had a well right there, water's right there, so that's awesome. Let's check it out over here a little more. So many barrel stays. This had to have been a whiskey site. Oh my god, there's so many of multiple different sizes too, and that pipe really Makes me feel like that's what it was. So this must have been livestock or something, because it's all padded down. I've been hiking for like 10 minutes, just circling this site. I feel like this is a kind of a creek drainage or a spring drainage here, and it runs down, you know, kind of by the homestead, so makes sense. This was a, you know, it was probably really wet around here back in the day. See what kind of paw prints or tracks we can see in here. Just cow, it looks like. Deer. These walls took so long to build. Crazy. How much clearing. I wonder what lives in there, dude. That thing's nasty. You know what this is? This is a dam. This is a dam that he built. Wow, how cool is this? It's like a little walkway. Bridge. Damn thing. Very cool. And it's wide enough that an old car would have been able to drive over it. Is there a road cut? No, dude, this would have been, no. Yeah, it's like he dammed this off so that it would hold water longer. This guy is pretty smart, whoever homesteaded this. This is cool. I just want to like take a nap on that. It's really cozy. The shade right there. These spring colors out, it's nice and green. Here in the next month or so, this will all just dry up into nothingness. I think that's a piece of an old tire. Yeah, that's the bead, I think. That was tacky. Handled it better than I thought it would though. All right, so that was by far the gnarliest stuff I've taken this truck through. There was another section that I did off camera that was just, it was so puckering I didn't even have a chance to film it. So I don't know what I'm looking at right now. I'm pretty sure this is a huge corral or barn, which is kind of what I thought it was from satellite. We've just got a lot of roofing material and a lot of wood. And a ton of roofing material. This had to have burned down. Well, yeah, it's all charred up in the corners. So this was a barn that burned down, I think. Because this structure, I mean, it's a big, fuck this. I'm gonna stay out of this metal. That's a big old lizard, so I can't imagine that a rattlesnake would be too far. You don't want to mess around out here. I'm a solid hour, 2 hours from any help for that. So yeah, there's just roofing material scattered all throughout this place. Whoa, that's a cool corral up there. We'll check that out here in a minute. Loop over here first. Oh, cow drink here. Another example of them building the wall up to save some water. Yeah, old fence posts. A lot of old tires around here too. Bugs are out. The OG Firestone. When I was walking back to the truck, I got my mind blown again. This is the deepest and largest well I have ever seen. I mean, it's probably 12 feet down there. Concrete coated, this one. So this is definitely a newer one. Dry as a bone though. And get up to that corral up there, see what that's about. Oh yeah. Very cool. Old bottle. Federal law forbids sale or reuse of this bottle. So it was alcohol. Had a screw top, so this is definitely later, you know. This was probably ranched, you know, up into the 60s even, maybe. But hard telling with the fire. This is an old buckboard. Oh wow, there's a couple of them. So this was like, these are wagons basically. Actually, this looks like a structure. This is a structure. That's a buckboard. What's this? Yeah, so this is just where all the equipment was stored, it looks like. All the ranch equipment. But this looks like another shed of sorts. A lot of it was spared from the fire, it looks like. You know. But fire moves through pretty quickly when there's such small trees to burn, I guess. This is cool. This is so cool. It's just so nice out here. Like, it would just be so nice to have a spot or dwelling out here. Cool old corral here. But it's just so far out here, and now so hard to get to. It's mind-blowing. So this is new. I don't know what happened to that thing. Somebody plowed it. It's the old ramp for the livestock to come up. How cool is that? Beer bottle. Newer beer bottle. Date code on it anywhere? No. It doesn't have a date code. It's too new for my care. Sometimes old ones don't have date codes either, but well, it looks like it's pretty smooth sailing from here on. There's just those couple of sections that are just brutal, stressing me out a little bit to come out of, but wow. So you can really tell how old all this is. Oh, never mind. They actually, yeah. So this tree is growing around it. Here, these hinges. The old gate. Cool. Keep moving. All right, so we're approaching the cliff edge here, and I'm pretty sure I just found, I don't know, but this is super cool because it's got windows in it. Had window cuts, so it's like, boom. This was a huge structure. I don't know if this was some sort of abutment wall or, I have no idea. There's windows. It's like a military base kind of, or something. This had a roof on it. I have no idea what this is, but that's the door. This was like a little living quarters, and then it looks like maybe they were trying to extend it, or I'm not sure. I just like, ooh, little rabbit. Startled me. It feels partially complete, you know what I mean? I don't know. First I thought it would have been like maybe a stage stop or schoolhouse or something because of how big it was, but good view coming up here though. I'm gonna circle back to the truck. So yeah, there is a road that goes this way, but rightfully so. It looks like Crook County blocked it off. This is crazy. God, those are some big lizards. Jesus, look at that chubby. They're everywhere. So this is a, you know, Model T road or a wagon road. I mean, this is crazy how tight this is. And this retaining wall they built for it. So this whole barrel, cut it open, filled it with rocks, and that was their fence post. Craziness. It's like it's predominantly used as a game trail these days. Love these rim rocks. Called Juniper Canyon here. But yeah, this road goes all the way down, and it cuts back this way. I'm pretty sure it goes all the way down to the bottom of the canyon. It's pretty crazy. So it continues. We've got a stove across from that like stage stop looking thing. Oh yeah, definitely a stove. Here's the oval where the oval pipe would have came out at the top. Okay, so this is definitely a living area over on this side. Oh yeah, duh. There it is right there. Another structure over here that looks like a corral. So this is where they were living. That is weird. An old piece of leather. This is so cool. There's just so much up here on this plateau. Real thick bottom. The bottle there. How cool. Oh snap, another well. How deep is this one? Wow. Whoa. Look at that. How cool. That's awesome. These wells are really cool around here. I've actually never really found a well until this moment, till today, like a legit one like that. And now here's the old root cellar. Put a lid on it, basically dig a big hole and put a lid on it. And the entrance, I think, is probably on that front side. Yeah, so the entrance was right there. Got their well, their root cellar. It's cool. Let's check out their house. Some cool feathers here. I don't know what kind of feathers those are, but down in there there's a piece of a leaf spring suspension off either a wagon, or it looks like a wagon, honestly. It's really heavy duty. Could be a Model T, I guess. All right, so this was like a dugout house. Here's the entrance. Be super careful, step really loud so the snakes can feel the vibrations in the ground if there is any. So yeah, this was a deep little house too. Cool stone walls. This is part of their this is a piece of the wash basin, big round metal or oval metal wash basin. And unfortunately, here's some burned charred wood, and I'm assuming that was part of the actual framing of the house. I think there was a window right here even. So this one's cool. I almost just drove right by it. Okay, so these look like livestock pens. So the door is over there for this one, and then for this one, the door's right here. Oh, it's kind of like a double door, and then there's two doors out the front. But yeah, they would have probably kept their, you know, their milk cow and you know, chickens and things like that in this area for you know, sustaining themselves. You know, I doubt this tree was here. I doubt any of these trees were here. So that shows you how old this is. Yeah, very cool. Running out of battery, so I'm gonna get back to that section that I've been stressing out on going back through, because it's uphill instead of downhill. So I will catch you guys when we get there. Okay, so I decided to follow this road out to the end because there was a little spot to camp, and I am not disappointed with this. Mount Jefferson and the whole upper Deschutes. and Juniper Canyon. And there's another spot I have right across. Probably won't go to today because I'm getting pretty burnt out. This is so cool though. I'm gonna crawl through this section. This section is actually right here. Let's take a look and walk it. This is the one I did off camera. I crawled over these two rocks with my right tire, and it was just putting me into this tree. Doesn't look too bad actually going back. I'll just be able to hug this side a little harder and try to avoid this thing. I'm surprised I didn't set my door on that when I dropped back off. All right, well, I feel a little better about this. I wonder what that is. Big old hole right there. Oh, that sounded great. I'm sure that did wonders to my awning just now. Oh, Jesus. Oh, wow. Oh, oh my God. I wish I had a spotter right now. Holy fucking shit. Excuse the language. Oh my God. Fucking A. I just slammed my A arms on that. All right, we're through that section. I'm sure my clutch is very happy with me. Stock suspension. Woo! So I just pulled up to another one of these spots. I'm actually across the canyon from where I was earlier. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it, but just right over there is that stage stop looking thing, and then you can kind of see the road cut that we were walking down across the canyon. So it really didn't take me long to circle this and come out on this side. That was some real rock crawling for this truck with stock suspension. I probably won't be doing much more over that, you know what I mean? That's about max when you're solo, especially with no skid plates. I'm gonna do an inspection underneath when I get back onto pavement and just see if I didn't scratch anything up, or I know I gave myself some serious pinstriping down the side of the truck. Scratched my taillight. Could care less, but this awning is really starting to take a beating. I'll rip the cover on that eventually, I'm sure. All right, so we're back at this section that I went through earlier. This is the first section that'll just guarantee that nobody is gonna follow you unless they have a serious 4x4 machine that has a low range and mud terrains that can handle this kind of rock. So basically, if you don't want to just scratch the shit out of your rig and beat the hell out of your suspension, this is not going to be the spot for you. Up above Billy Chinook here on the Canadian table is what this is called. And but yeah, it is gorgeous. There is a ton of good spots, a ton of history. So if you're into it, you've got a capable enough rig, you can come up here, hit me up for coordinates. Wasn't gonna go this way. I didn't even have anything marked out this way. And we have homestead number 6, I think. 5 or 6 for the day. There's the entrance there. This would have been like maybe a ranch hand's cabin, this one. I feel like this is just field clearing. There's something right there. What's that? Almost looks like an outhouse. Yeah, this was something small. Interesting. And another cabin. Looks like Yep. Wow, this one's cool. This one's a for sure cabin. That one is questionable, but I'm pretty sure. This one's for sure a little house. Wow. I just can't believe how much I found today. Oh, wow. So yeah, this is cobalt glass that actually melted in the fire. I wonder what all these looked like before the fire. Walk into my little tiny house. Enough room for a bed right here, and then maybe a stove up in here or something. Crazy. Just wish all this didn't burn. All right, so we are back on the pavement now, headed back to Highway 97. I'd say it was a very successful day out there. I'm looking forward to getting editing on this video for you guys. And yeah, definitely soon now, next video will be the truck build video. I've got everything put back on the truck now, so I'm super stoked. Give it a good washing, and I'll make sure I have all my gear in it before the video. And yeah, we'll talk about how I went ahead and outfitted this vehicle so I can do this kind of stuff. It has been a 2.5 year process getting this truck ready. It was before, I mean, it was just kind of totaled and sitting there, and I mean, as you can see by my steering wheel, clearly the airbags are deployed, but there was no airbags in the 70s, so I think I'll be okay as long as I take her easy. This thing only had 90-some thousand miles when it was wrecked, so I just wanted to live out its life, and it definitely makes it a little easier to run it through a bunch of trees like that if it was wrecked prior. So anyway, I will talk to you guys soon. I appreciate you guys watching. If you could like, subscribe, comment. Comments are going to really help my monetization. If I can have you guys do that, just ask me questions, whatever, I'll answer them. And yeah, so appreciate you watching.